Good evening from Kirksville, Missouri. This is Randy Carvin, and this is Rant and Randy's Rant for December 7th, 2019, 78 years anniversary of Pearl Harbor. And I will go ahead and mention we've had 2 attacks on our military this week. I wanted to bring up a few things right from start here. Kim Jong-un representative denuclearization is off negotiating table. Not we will consider after a long period of time. No wonder. Donnie gave away the leverage, and then what's he do? He breaks agreements with people, and no wonder. I didn't even realize I had my headphones on. Excuse me, folks. It got to be a big hurry. I'll say hello to everybody. Hello, John. Hello, Dave. Hello, George. Hello, Maria. And hello, Joe. Yeah, Trump is a dumbass. Another thing that was brought to my attention yesterday, and by the way, I've got on my famous drums shirt. On the backside, it has the Beatles, has John Bonham's drums. Got a lot of different drummers out there. Hello, buddy. Glad to see you, my friend. And hello, Sue. All right. And hello, Bernadette. Thanks for coming. Something I'd like to bring up. And this I just discovered a while ago when a friend of mine had me go to my Twitter account. I ended up there because I retweeted something, and then I wanted to see if it showed up. What I found kind of shocked me. I tried to play Blue Dot Family Meeting from December 3rd. It will not play. It says the media could not play. I'm wondering if we're being shut down just about anywhere our voices are being heard. This concerns me. Yesterday in my Facebook, there was 2, 3, or 4 people that either had no picture or no sound, or no sound had the picture and wishing they could read lips. This is never happened to my videos. Are we being messed with by Facebook? All right, let's get on with some more news. I'll start back here at page 1 and kind of proceed through it. And I heard last night the FBI update on deadly shooting at Naval Air Base in Pensacola. It's an ongoing investigation. Also heard today that the shooter, also showed videos of mass shootings. We don't know to who the night before he did this. And keeping in mind, that's 2 attacks on our military bases. Hold on talks with trade with Chinese to resume after elections. Oh, isn't that convenient? Lifting some tariffs on soybeans and pork producers. I know why they threw the pork producers in there. And Donnie is looking to get votes for himself, he thinks. Pork producers, we have one out in Milam, Missouri, Uh, Smithfield, that's owned by the Chinese. They also have pork farms here in the States. So that helps them out too. Oh, isn't that wonderful? I hope farmers aren't falling for this. How little he has done for you, making sure that the middleman in this is big corporations and the Chinese. Oh, wait a minute. I would be. I would have done my video show tonight back in my corner in the dining room, but it's full of Christmas presents right now, and it would have taken me a long time to move everything over where I could get in there. I love the crowd, folks. Thank you for being here. Let's see. I want to see some of your comments, and I'll keep going through the news there. Yeah, I would say so. Zuckerberg. I will tell you too. I am looking into different formats. So far, I hadn't found anything satisfying, but I do remember Rose Taylor put me on the one months ago that I just went out and bookmarked it earlier today. What I'm going to do is try one called uh, Twitch, and I suggest we keep looking around. It looks like I said yesterday, if I have to, I'll be doing all my videos up here because at least I can share them down to Facebook. Unfortunately, I hadn't been able to have any success on uploading to YouTube my Facebook rants. And like I said, that's the first time that's happened. I hope it doesn't happen again because I can use this and it helps grow it every time I come here. Now we got 12 people out there. Hello, Lisa. All right. Hello, Maria. Yeah, that Maria may be very true. We all know the man was racist for years, and now he's turned totally around. I don't think so. And they all get it. And did you hear that Nikki Haley is turning around on the Confederate flag now? Hmm. Wonder if she's thinking about the 2024 run, or is she thinking about vice president? Their vice president, Pence, is in a lot of trouble because he was in the loop too. Let's see. I call this from the Twilight Zone. Trump and EPA looking into flushing toilets 10 to 15 times. He's coming unglued. And they have hurt clean air and clean water by getting rid of regulations in the EPA. And then he had the nerve to say he likes crystal clean water and air. Since when? He's doing everything he can to destroy that. And let's see. And he's full of what being flushed. You can't make this shit up. I mean, this man is deranged. And I already went through what she was, Nikki Haley was saying that the flag was hijacked by the church shooter. This is nationalism. just like her ex-boss espoused. Selling hate to America won't work now or ever. And we're about honoring a flag for losers. When I lived down there, I grant you, I felt different about it. But maybe that's what it took, getting out of there, because we grew up with propaganda and lies about that flag. And state rights, yeah, it was state rights. State rights to own a human being is what that was about. And there's no way around it. But it's the propaganda and the things we grew up with down there that we were in the right. Yeah, that's the reason the South lost the war. Let's see. And this was that I just read about. Nikki Haley's from Cuomo Primetime. Rachel Maddow. And, of course, Donnie and his White House turned down the opportunity to be a part of the impeachment hearings. Now they don't have an excuse when it comes to they're not getting processed. They were offered, they chose not to. Exactly, Bernadette. You hit the nail on the head. And we all thought she had turned around on that when they lowered that flag after the church shooting. But now she's going to take that back. There's none of them worth crap. She was the hope of the Republican Party after the disaster that's in there now. Now they don't even have that. Let's see. Fox News has a new plan for the Republicans. Gingrich was saying it's a joke. It's happening at Christmas. Guess what? During Clinton, it went to the 19th of December. But now, see, it's not fair because it's Christmas season. Oh, let me get out my little fiddle and play for him. In Gingrich in 1998, Clinton impeachment on December 19th. How is that different now? Oh, wait a minute. Donnie saved Christmas. Remember? He saved Christmas. Well, I can tell him he can kiss my ass because I say happy holiday. I count other people's religions in this country, not just Christianity. And the brand he's talking about is fake Christianity. All right. Let's see. I get a lot in when I'm writing. Intel committee has notified the vice president's office that he needs to declassify material that Jennifer Williams said should be known by the committee. Intel let the vice president's office know by Jerry Nadler's letter they cannot classify this material September 18th if it's violation of law or just embarrassing to a person. That is not going to be an excuse for them. Oh, and the interesting sideline on Rachel last night was I believe it was I don't know his other title, but he was Commander in Chief of the Navy, Hopkins, received complaints through the government that the commander was unfit to serve, which caused the earliest whistleblower complaint was in 1776. It's almost as old as our country is. I found that very interesting. And here they are, they want the whistleblower to reveal themselves and be a part of the Senate trial. That's another thought that I was having, and there was discussion on that last night. Uh, and the thought is, and it was brought up last night, I don't know whether people are going to agree with this, but it is something to think about. Don't take the impeachment further than a vote in the House. Lay back, keep investigating. If we end up with that asshole again, then keep investigating and start the procedure in the Senate. It's a horrible thought, but it's also a good thought for that impeachment is going to mar him in the upcoming election. He can play it any way he wants. More and more evidence is going to be surfacing, just like we thought it would. Let me get to some of the points that are happening Monday. Another happy Monday coming up. Let's see. The big Monday consists of House Judiciary public hearing at 9 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. DC Appeals Court hearings, 9:30 a.m. on the emolument case arguments. Putin and Zelensky meeting in Paris happens. Rick Gates, possible sentencing and how lenient they're going to be on that. I love this, folks. I guess I got all the links out to the right places because we have got more than I usually draw, and I love that, people. Thank you. Hello, Sue. All right. And of course, December 9th is, I promised, IG report from DOJ's Russia reinvestigation of the Russia probe. Finding. And Bill Barr already objected to that. Let's see if I got anything else on Billy Barr. I thought that was atrocious, though. I'm just going to go from the head on that part of it. I got more over here from the Washington Post. Now they're going to say he was taken out of context. It was clear what he was saying. He was aiming that Black Lives Matter, that if they do not respect the police when they shoot someone of color that's unarmed, then they will not get protection. What is this? This is not a government under an autocrat yet, but that's what they want. They want to take away all your freedom. And I don't understand the stupidity on the other side. We love our president. Yeah, they'll love them until their freedom is restricted. Washington Post. Uh, Trump routinely communicates with Giuliani on a phone that is vulnerable to monitoring by the Russians. Plus, even a government issue cell, uh, that is also true. He chose to go back to his personal phone because they will have no record of his calls. This is the man that took up the transcript of when he talked to Putin and other world leaders. We don't have any business knowing what they're talking about. And the Chinese are also able to listen. So we got a trade war going on. And anytime he gets on his personal phone, the whole damn world can be spying on it. Shit, the man ain't got a brain in his head. And the idea that I heard uh, was on MSNBC on the last word, but the idea of uh, the House impeaching doesn't move forward is John Dean. If not for John Dean, Nixon probably wouldn't have quit. That's where everything turned around. The popularity for Richard Nixon was 68% until people like John Dean came forward and told what was going on. Okay, this is an interesting story. The voting rights advancement House resolution yesterday, reauthorization by the Republicans, I think except for one Republican in the House, Brian Fitzpatrick, voted for it. The rest of the Republicans in the House don't care about restoring or having voting rights. That's strange because they know if people vote, they can't win. They are a minority in this country. And I'm one of the old folks. They ain't gaining young people, not after the way they react to gun violence. A lot of young people are going to be voting this time. Like the shooting that caused the March for Life. Those young people will be voting in this cycle. Let's see what else I got. And just to touch on Nunes this morning, dodged questions about the 6.5 minute in April call he had with Lev Parnas. He would like to know what the conversation was. Wow. And he is currently claiming he doesn't remember because he talks to so many people. Shit, you couldn't. Damn. You couldn't make this shit up. Nunes, as we all know, Nunes was the snitch in the for the White House, beginning of the Mueller investigation when he was still the majority chair in the House. And the White House, about that time, stopped the White House log of visitors to the White House. Perhaps that was twofold. Now, this I have no proof of, but I know that Melania at that point was still in New York City with Barron. What if that was twofold? It allowed Nunes to come squeal, and Melania wouldn't know about women that were going into the White House at night. Just speculation, just saying. All right, here's what I was looking on bar. And I'll just reiterate this. Communities that don't respect the police might find themselves without police protection they need. How's that not under a tyrant? And he's helping him get there. Okay, let me get through this. Oh, sometimes I have to decipher what I wrote. And we know that Donnie has never wanted to govern all of it. He only wants to govern for his base. That's not what a president does, whether he's a Republican or a Democrat. They don't just rule for their base, but that's what he has always done. And it happens to be the minority. And Giuliani, everybody knows he's still over in Ukraine, still trying to sell, meeting with pro-Russian oligarchs and people on the ground, still trying to push Putin's propaganda on us. Oh, and Fox News is actively wanting Hillary Clinton to run in 2020. And of course, they know that would divide up the votes in our primaries. Ain't going to happen. Hillary, we didn't necessarily love you, but we voted blue last time. We will vote blue no matter who this time. And you just sit your butt at home. We don't need you in this race. All right. And it just goes to prove with everything Donnie touches dies. He has accomplished nothing. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, he did. He gave the 1% what they wanted, more money. And, they keep hinting at they need to do that again. The Republicans want to do that again. How are they going to do it this time? Steal the money from food stamps. How are people, if they think I'm going to get out and work 20 hours a week after I retired from a 20-hour-a-week job, they can kiss my ass. It ain't going to happen. And it's not fair to people that cannot find work at these little pissant jobs that don't pay anything when all the jobs have been taken up in this low unemployment. This is a place that until recently was an example of you can't find work. Here still, most likely, you might be able to find a little fast food job, and that's about it. Because we have Kraft here out in Milan. We have a facility that, I think they do more. Well, that's right. It's Smithfield, so it's Chinese owned. We have ConAgra that my brother-in-law works for, about 30 miles, 33 miles from where I'm sitting in Macon, Missouri. But other than that, those are the high-paying jobs. But you have to be there years before you make the high pay. And we're talking $14, $15 an hour at the most. And that's after you've been with them for years. They don't hire you at that kind of money. Yeah, I imagine so, Joe. I think you're dead on that. It's retaliation for the impeachment. He's going to get a lot meaner as this goes along. Um, he's also losing his blinking mind as it goes along. The word salad that he talked about, they were talking about rising oceans, and he switched it to nuclear proliferation. What the hell is that? And then the crazy shit about flushing 10 to 15 times. He's losing his mind. Oh, I'll just hit Donnie for the hell of it because he's here. uh, we'll close this out with this is the little camera I bought years ago down at Salvation Army. The problem is I plug it into this and I can't find any way to utilize the picture off this. Uh, it can't find it, and I don't understand why. It's got a button on the top that I figured would change it from a green light. I could have sworn back when I plugged it in my other uh, in my Windows computer laptop, it glowed red, but I still wasn't getting anything on the screen. But now it glows green. You can get the little button, it doesn't do anything. I can see where the microphone is. Oh, maybe I'll get it figured out. Maybe some of you out there could instruct me on how to use that thing. Uh, just trying to get some improvement in there. Hello, Linda. All right. And I apologize for that. You were one of the people I was talking about a while ago when sound is being and picture is being taken out of my Facebook rants, my program. I don't like that. But he has Alzheimer's. He's got something because he is flat losing his mind. I think part of it too, Joe, is no, that would require having a conscience. Uh, but it's a well known fact he doesn't get enough sleep. If he's getting 4 hours at 73 years old, it's a wonder they don't have to wake him up for questions. All right, I'll let you go. I got a chuckle out of Grace over there. Uh, you may be right, Sue. I have a feeling since this is a Mac Air book, uh, and that might have been the reason my Windows 10 laptop HP wouldn't support it either because it's just too old. And I'm going to be looking into getting some other cameras where I can kind of get a couple of angles. Uh, I will let you go at this point. Ah, that's an interesting idea, Dave. Massive Adderall use and side effects from that. Very possible. A lot of times, as much as I hate that man, I wish they would get closer to his eyes to see if they're dilated. Because I have seen pictures close up and his pupils were huge and bright light. So, all right. All of you have a good Saturday night. Let's enjoy ourselves and look forward to. I've got the popcorn back there. I'm ready for the hearings to start again and all the good news. Uh, then I'm sure Bill Barr is going to hold up on the Russia probe because he's already objected. I will let you go now. Have a good evening. and I will. All right. I will let you go for now. Of course, I'm looking forward to this. I've got a day off. I doubt that he will start a major war over the weekend. So I will see you Monday on Facebook, and I look forward to that. I look forward to uh, Sunday AM Joy and getting some more information. I've still got to review most of her show from today. We had to take off for a little while. And, it's always over, but it's on my DVR, so I'll get to it. All right, let's go now. Thank you all for coming. This was larger than I usually get, and I really appreciate and love each one of you. Uh, we are the guardians of freedom. We are the Blue Dot family, and we will make a difference in 2020. If we don't get him out one way, we get him out the other way. All right. Peace, resist, persist, and insist that we get that fascist and his fascist cabinet out of our house. Belongs to us, each and every one of us. I love you, America. I love you, Blue Dots. And I will see you on Monday, more than likely. Bye bye now.